Just couldn't be more happy for our guys. Obviously, we've been through a lot. We've lost some heartbreakers, and we got one back tonight. I thought we were pretty good offensively in the first half. Obviously, it helps to make shots when you shoot 60-some%, but we read their defense and made the right plays. And then the second half went a little bit haywire a few times, allowed them to get the run, get some transition. We didn't do a very good job stopping that one play, and we went over and over. But they got it to the lane and made some big shots and grabbed the lead. But big plays down the stretch, especially on the defensive end, and that. You go back to the close games we've lost. We didn't get the stops at the right time, and had 5 stops to finish the first half, and we had stops to finish the game. And obviously, just Nigel had missed 4 in a row, but he shot that thing with a lot of confidence. He still disappointed the Kansas game that he didn't get that one to go, but this one, went down and gave us a huge win to take a step up. And like I said in the press conference the other day, the Zoom. We find a way to win. We can be up in the top of the part of the league, the 6th in the league, and tied. So a lot of games left. A lot of things can happen, but all we can worry about is one at a time. And I thought the other guys gave us a boost. I kind of have challenged Mike McGurl, to be engaged and give us something. 10 rebounds, 4 assists, no turnovers. Just had some big plays when it counted. Davion to give us a little something. We haven't got much out of the big guys. And if he makes one more of those to lob or, one of those layups in the first half, he has a huge game. And then Mark Smith's played really well on the road if you look at his numbers, but he hasn't played as well. And I kept telling him today that we're on the road. Just think you're on the road. And he kind of laughed and stuff, but, big time effort for him, 19 and 8. And just a good team win for our guys. And, I don't know, what a game, back and forth. Obviously, 11 lead changes, 9 ties, and big swings. We always do the wars, the 4-minute wars, and we'd win one, they'd win one. We'd win one, they'd win one. And we were able to get the last one, and that's the difference in the game.
Bruce, I'm sure that last play went a little differently than you drew it up. What was the plan there?
Well,
everything?
We ran it a few plays earlier. I don't know, out of bounds plays earlier, and actually Nigel had a good look. They got screwed up. We had some kind of action going where you hope they screwed up on switches, but they switched out with the big guy. So Marquise, I was just about to call timeout, and Marquise bumped it back, to Nigel, and they had to switch, and he had great poise this time and made a big shot. Players make you good coaches. You can draw up great plays, but if they jump up and make shots and make plays, obviously it helps.
And just how much did having a game like that from Davion give everybody a boost?
I think, there's no doubt. Even if you go back to some of our other games that, we won games against top 20 teams where we didn't get much out of our bigs. And, you think about that, it's just kind of amazing. But for him, he finally got in practice for 2 days. Got to look going up and down. I've constantly told him we need him. We need you well. And obviously he gave us a little boost of energy. There's no doubt about that. The crazy thing with Mark is, he got his bell rung in that Mississippi game, and he couldn't practice for until today. He did shooting and stuff like that, but we weren't even sure we were going to have him until he got totally cleared. So obviously it makes a big difference in our game.
Coach, Mike, Marquise, and Nigel all played a significant amount of minutes tonight. Was that just kind of because they were on and you needed them, or is this kind of going to be the plan?
That's the guys you depend on. They look at them. Isaac's 36, and Rodell's 34. You guys you trust that are playing well. We had to go with them, and I thought Luke gave us a little boost again in the first half. It just, Ish, gave us, made a shot. I'd love him to get a little hot for us. Be nice if him and Marquise get a little hot here down the stretch. Give us, obviously, it would be a nice little boost. But those guys, they wanted to be the guys, and we rotated enough to keep them rested, so they had some energy down the stretch.
Then you guys came out and played a little bit of zone defense in the second half. What was the mindset behind that?
Just, I don't know if we played a little bit of it when we had the 6-7 guys, and some of those games we had no choice. And we talked about it before, just if they started getting in a rhythm, they were running that one play, and we didn't have a very good job. We just wanted to get them out of rhythm. And, it worked a possession or two, and then we got back, and, I guess breaks up their rhythm at that point.
You'd made getting paint touches a priority. I think 30 in the paint. You had 16 at halftime. How big was that?
It's huge. When you looked at, obviously, the Mississippi game, what was it, 32-14 or something like that? They outscored us. And, the crazy thing, we track how many times we get in the paint. And I thought after the Mississippi game that we wouldn't have gotten a paint. It had to be one of our lowest of the year. But actually, it was the 7th out of our number of times we got in the paint. We just didn't finish, and we didn't make shots once we got in the paint. Be able to get there, and this team might be better shot blockers and longer at certain positions than even Mississippi. But we were able to get there and make enough plays to make a difference in the game.
You talked about defense, where you actually didn't get the steal, but you tied them up with about 40 seconds left. How big was that? That ended up getting you the possession at the end.
Possession, huge. Huge play. We had the intentional foul that gave them the little run, and we're fortunate to have and Mark making the 2 free throws, and we get, allows us to kind of get back in it. I think they were up 5 at that time, maybe. So again, the swings, the little plays, make a huge difference. Actually, Marquise got a jump ball right before that, right? So now that allowed us to get the arrow, so make a big difference in the game.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Mark Smith struggled at the free throw line for some stretches this season, and he hits 5 of 6 tonight. How key is that for you?
It's huge because obviously there's some games we might have won if he would have been better. We put a lot of time in with him. I even filmed with my phone. They all love their phones, and I filmed him with the phone just so you could see it. A little hitch in there. He's a good shooter, and he's been a really good free throw shooter if you look at his history, and he just got in a little funk, but big time tonight, and those 2 with no one on the line were huge for us.
And Nigel starts 7 of 7, of course, hits the game winner.
And he had missed 4 in a row, I think, before the game winner. And one of them, he's wide open in front of me, and he said, like, damn, coach, I'm sorry, and he just missed it, but I thought he had great poise on that last one. And when he released it, I thought it was good. But, I thought Marquise's was good, the one before, and it went in and out. I'm happy for him. Like I said, I think he still feels like that Kansas one. He, maybe another dribble, maybe get a little further in to give him a shot. But this was a huge one for him tonight.
Coach, I wanted to ask about the 10-second backcourt violation right before the under 4 media timeout. Just how big was that? Big
play. Obviously that gave us, gave us the ball back. Keep them from another possession on the offensive end. And there were a lot I'm sure you can go back. I don't remember you talk about the jump ball, the 10-second, ball getting knocked out of bounds. All those things make a difference. Even, we had a great defensive possession, and then the ball went out of bounds. They got it with 9 seconds left. So we did a lot of good, we fought. And I kept talking in the huddle. We've been here before. We haven't got the stops at the right time. We haven't we've broken down. We haven't got the rebounds, the little hustle plays. Not only Nigel 22, but he let us on play hard with 10. So that, and then Mike McGurr with 10 rebounds. Those are, all those little plays give you a chance.
seemed dialed in at the start of the game with everybody giving you a little bit of something. Do you feel like mentally they were a bit more engaged than they had been the last two?
Baylor, I told you, we lost our spirit. I thought Mississippi, if you go back and watch it, we just didn't make shots. We were pretty good on defense, and they were a pretty good team. They just went to LSU and won. So, I didn't think it was bad. Obviously, when you make shots, you feel better about yourself. But I just said, come with passion tonight. And I read the definition of what passion was. So when everyone leaves this arena, guys, I don't care if you win or lose, but they feel you played the game the right way with passion. And we've got a little thing. They started at one more, make that next pass, and get one more swing, because that, and when we do that, we're a pretty good team. Get in that paint, kick it, make one more swing, pass. That one more, I think, is really, really important.
Bruce, there's obviously many D1 transfers around now. I'm just curious, could you make a case, maybe an argument for Mark Smith maybe being newcomer of the year?
Well, I don't know. You have to. The kid at Iowa State's pretty good. There's a bunch. I mean, our league is full of them. The kid at Texas Tech, Williams. There's a bunch. But he's definitely got to be in that top group. And no double today, but pretty close again. Now I think his biggest thing, if you follow his career, is just consistency. Now let's see, if we're going to have any chance to make a run here, he's got to be consistent, and that'll be important.
Thank you, sir.
But he's got to be up in that top five. I mean, there's some pretty good players, and even Marquise, other than he's had a couple drop-offs, but he's had some pretty good games too.
I was just wondering if you throw his name in the hat.
It's got to be up there. Again, you want to get any, and I always tell them, you want to get any accolades, you got to win. So we got to, if you want any acknowledgement, gain any respect, you got to win and continue doing that as we move forward.
Going back to that final possession, you chewed up about 10, 15 seconds before the jump ball. Is that kind of your philosophy to just try to shorten the game, or was there any thought to, just go run your offense?
It was going to be a 6-7 second difference. And, less time they had, I thought was better for us. Obviously, it worked this time. I just didn't want to shoot it early, and then they have the last shot and have 20 seconds. Wanted to make sure we had a chance to, get it where, it was as close to the horn as possible. Even, I guess, the last one, I even told the coaches, if Nigel gets a good look right away out of the timeout in the corner, if they, like he did earlier, they're still going to have a chance to, but it almost helped us that it went back. Now Nigel, whittled the clock down, and if you really think about it, pretty much the same shot he had against Kansas.
Yeah, you talked about some heartbreaking losses, probably other than Kansas, none more than that the TCU game the first time around. So now going down there, is that something you bring up, or?
I said it after the game. They 2 years in a row they beat us here, one on a tip-in and one on a three. And last year we were able to go back and have pretty good focus and found a way to beat them down the stretch. They're playing. They beat LSU. They just went to Oklahoma, Iowa State, and kicked butt. They're playing well. They're playing with a lot of confidence. They play with great energy. Their wings are really good, and it's something I worry about a little bit. Just without Selton, that when you talk about minutes, and we're going to have to. They rebound well. They play with great energy. We're going to have to be locked in, and we're going to have to get guys getting, extra rebounds to make a difference in the game.
Is there any extra motivation, you think, because of that?
It's a big game. They beat us. It's a big game. You can, I don't know exact record. They haven't played 2 games, so that we have played. But, maybe we could have as many wins as they have if we found a way to win that thing. And, that's pretty much motivation. If we're going to have any chance, we got to get up in that top half of the league. Sadly, we probably should be there, but we're not. And we got to find a way to get there.
Coach, if you want to explain to the media about the ref that went out and what they gave.
Yeah, I did. I asked about it. They said he was lightheaded a little bit. Larry Spalding, I've known him for a long time, and started in the Valley when I was there. good guy, really good person, good ref. I kind of teased him even during the game how skinny he is. He's lost, he lost weight, looks good. I didn't understand what's going on because they kept saying we need a trainer. But they did take him, I think, to the hospital to get across the street just to get checked up. Hopefully he's okay. Good man, good, done it for a long time. And, we were fortunate. You got Doug and Mike, two veteran refs that, they probably old enough to ref with two guys, and maybe not, I don't think so, but they, they were able to handle the game, and obviously we're happy because at the end it goes our way, but, you couldn't be more, if you got two refs at the end, those are two good ones that can handle the game and have the poise to finish the game the right way. I just, again, I hope, for Larry's sake, hope he's all right, because they are an important part of our game. There's no doubt about it. We all get mad at them, but if we didn't have them, the game wouldn't be played the right way. So, I get frustrated. We all get frustrated, but we do have really good officials in our league, and I'm not just saying that. And I've complained about them, but we're very fortunate. The group we have, and we got veteran guys and Final Four guys, and hope Larry's okay.